Mara, what's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob, and in this video, I want to talk about my investment thesis for young and hungry investors like I once was. Okay, so I first want to preface this by saying that this is not direct financial or investment advice. This is the advice that I would have given to myself when I first got into investing a few years ago that I just feel like would have leapfrogged me a little faster. Now, don't get me wrong, you need to just be in the game. The more time you spend in the game, the more you get it, the better you get. Like anything else in life, you just need to spend time doing it and putting your reps in. But again, this is just the advice that I wish I would have given myself prior to getting involved at all, that I feel like would have gotten things moving a little quicker in the right direction. Okay, so to sum this up right off the bat, it is take massive risks in companies, industries, stocks that you truly believe in, that you've put your time researching, educating yourself on, hours and hours educating yourself. You've done your due diligence. You really believe in these risky assets, because again, a lot of the things that will provide great returns are risky assets, and that's what I'm getting at. You have to find the things that you believe will provide crazier returns, although the rest of the market hasn't caught on to them yet. Okay, so the reason I'm on Bitcoin right now, this is the Bitcoin price chart, is because this was the first example of a high risk asset that I really believed in that hadn't taken off yet. Now, it had taken off in the past, not to the extent that it would after I had invested, but I believed in it. I just learned about it in 2017. If you guys are familiar, if you guys remember that crazy cryptocurrency Bitcoin bull rally back in 2017 when Bitcoin went up to 20K, I found out about it in like April of that year. Okay, so we'll just say Bitcoin was at $2,800 in April, May of that year. Okay, I invested in it. I heard about it on a podcast. I was like, this makes perfect sense. I really believe in the technology of this. This is a crazy asset. This is revolutionary. Okay, so revolutionary is a good word in terms of knowing what to look for when looking for these high risk, high reward assets. Okay, so this was the first example of my first high risk, high reward asset that ended up paying off. At this point, I had been into investing for a couple of years, and I'd just been taking things slow. I'd been just investing in regular stocks, Apple, Amazon, that could potentially provide decent returns, fair returns. But as a young investor, I wish I'd known just to put all my eggs in a few baskets that had the potential to pay off big time. And that's what Bitcoin was for me. It was the first big payoff with a small investment. And that's why I think it's so important for not even young investors, but I didn't have a lot of capital at the time. I didn't have a lot of money. So in this case, I turned it wasn't exactly $1,000, but say $1,000, like half a Bitcoin, up to $20,000. So that half a Bitcoin went from being worth $1,000 to 10xing and being worth like $9,000 or $10,000. Now I want to let you know that I didn't cash out at the top. Obviously, no one does. No one knows. So I didn't catch the very top. Maybe a few very experienced individuals did. Good for them. I was just a young, hungry kid, and I did not. So I ended up selling around like 5,000, or around, I should say, yeah, I sold around like 6,000 or 7,000 or something when it came back down here somewhere. So I still made money. I still doubled my investment, which is great. If you can 2x your investment, that's spectacular. But that's what I did, and again, that's what I believe that young and hungry investors should look for. Is they're called asymmetric bets, asymmetric investments, and that's what this tab is right here. And it's titled "The Life-Changing Magic of Asymmetrical Risk." Okay, and this is a very crucial concept, not only in investing, but in life as a whole. Okay, so asymmetrical risk is the concept of taking a risk that will produce a return that far surpasses the risk taken. This is a really important concept that can change your quality of life greatly, yet the idea of leveraging asymmetrical risk is not really emphasized in today's world. Okay, so again, asymmetrical risk just means that you are taking a small risk for the chances of a great reward, okay, of a great bounty, of the Bitcoin paradox, or any other bubble, like the cannabis was the next one. You put in $10, you have the potential to 5 to 10x it, okay? And right here, this is what I wanted to read. My opinion is that when you are presented with an opportunity of asymmetrical risk, you should always, without fail, take it. As I have thought through this concept, I realize there are many aspects to consider for asymmetrical risk. Now, I'm not going to go into this article. This is a Medium article, obviously called The Life-Changing Magic of Asymmetrical Risk. I do recommend you guys read this just to get a better grasp of what it is. But I just wanted to let you guys know that that is kind of what I wanted to sum up as the advice I would have given myself, is take big risks with things. I should say take small risks, take a bunch of small risks on things that you believe in, again, that you have research that you truly believe in, that are risky assets. They are risks, but the upside is far greater than the downside. That's really what matters, guys, and that's what you have to always take into consideration. So again, Bitcoin, let's go back to this example. I invested around here at like 2,000, and again, it could have gone down. I could have lost half of my money. Okay, so I could have gone from that $1,000 investment to $500, which sucks at the time, but again, it has the potential to 10x. So you just have to gauge that risk reward profile, and again, that's why, again, you should also pick 5. That's what I would tell myself, is pick 5 different industries, completely separate industries, separate stocks, whatever you want to call them. 5 completely separate investments that are risky, and just put a small position in each one, with the idea of 5xing it. So okay, so the industry has to be capable of 5xing your return. All right, so if you take 5 bets on 5 companies that you believe have the potential to 5x your return, then you just have to be right once, right? If you're right once, at least you break even. If you're right twice, you double your money. If you're right 3 times, you triple your money, and so on and so forth. Okay, and that's a very important concept to grasp. Okay, and that is honestly today. I have a lot more stable positions. I have a lot more long-term positions now, but the way I was able to get to this point to where I just have enough capital to not be super high risk and kind of be happy and content with what I do have is taking those big risks in the beginning of my trading career. Okay, so that's what you guys just have to remember. With great risk comes great reward, but you can also lose all your money too if you don't do your due diligence. Okay, so always educate yourself, keep educating yourself, keep learning, because there are people out there working really hard on this shit. Okay, so you need to work as hard, if not harder than them, and find these industries that have the potential of making life-changing gains, okay, and making a big difference in the world, okay. They're called revolutionary industries. That's what Bitcoin, that's what cannabis. I'll actually make a video pretty soon in the future talking about what I believe, what are my personal favorite revolutionary industries, so stay tuned for that. But just look for those really cutting-edge, bleeding-edge, revolutionary industries that, again, can provide those asymmetric investments, and then take them, and take a bunch. Take as many as you can until one of them pays off, and then just keep doing that, keep learning, and you, young Royce, will see your portfolio grow. So again, that's my investment advice to myself. That is not direct financial or investment advice, but again, that is just the advice I would have given to myself as a young, hungry investor. Okay, so I appreciate you guys for watching. If you have any questions at all, I know I kind of rambled on there, but if you have any questions at all about this, please feel free to drop a comment. I'll respond to all of you. And yeah, I just appreciate you guys for watching. So stay tuned, guys. Always remember, make waves in these markets. Until next time, peace.